Hello, Korea's subscribers. I'm Peter Bint. The APEC Economic Leaders Meeting, held in Gyeongju from October 31st to November 1st, ended successfully amid strong support and interest both at home and abroad. It was also an opportunity to showcase Korea's culture and history to the world, as Gyeongju boasts 1,000 years of history and numerous UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The theme and priorities of APEC 2025 was building a sustainable tomorrow. Connect, innovate, prosper. The 21 APEC member economies came together to explore ways to promote global economic cooperation, as well as new agendas such as AI and the digital revolution. With over 20,000 attendees, including economic leaders, business leaders, and members of the media, the event was truly remarkable in its scale. For those of you wanting to learn about the stories behind this historical event, we're joined today by Ambassador Yoon Sung-mi, Chair of the 2025 APEC Senior Officials Meeting, to share all the details. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me today.
So I understand that you were one of the busiest people on site from the preparation stages of APEC to the very closing ceremony. For our subscribers eager to know, could you briefly describe your role?
I'm the chair of the 2025 APEC Senior Officers Meeting. The Senior Officers Meeting is the working level meeting where senior officers from all 21 member economies prepare for a successful leaders meeting. As the SOM chair, I was responsible for the substantive part of the preparation. For example, one of my key tasks was to lead my team and member economies to set the timely and relevant topics for leaders' discussion and to oversee the drafting and adoption of the outcome documents.
Wow, that seems very meaningful. So I really look forward to, and I'm sure our subscribers as well, look forward to hearing some first-hand stories, behind-the-scenes stories from the APEC event. And out of many highlights of this year's APEC, what stood out to me the most was it was Korea's first time hosting APEC in 2 decades, right? So Korea once again took the role of APEC chair 20 years after hosting the 2005 Busan APEC. So that makes this occasion particularly meaningful, right?
Yes, of course. Since Korea joined APEC as one of its founding members in 1989, Korea has always supported APEC's role in promoting regional economic cooperation. And under the free and open trade environment that APEC pursued, Korea was able to achieve its remarkable economic success. So we feel proud that Korea had another chance to contribute 20 years after Busan Leaders Meeting. One major difference from 2005 is the global landscape. 20 years ago, the free trade was the order of the day. But today, we find ourselves in the midst of growing economic uncertainties with rising tariffs and global trade tensions. So it was crucial for us as the APEC chair to guide members towards reaffirming the spirit of dialogue, compromise, and cooperation. So now that the leaders' meeting has successfully concluded, I believe Korea was able to contribute, at least in part, to meeting those goals.
And it seems there were lots of efforts to convey the significance of this event, reflecting the weight of this 20-year milestone. And I also understand that you spent an entire year preparing for this APEC event. And I imagine there must have been a lot on your plate. So what did you start with?
Yes. One of my early tasks was to lay the foundation for the APEC's work in 2025. First, we had to decide on the theme for the year. So after gathering views from the private sector and academia throughout 2024, we eventually proposed Building a Sustainable Tomorrow, Connect, Innovate, Prosper as the theme and priorities. It was a very important task at the outset of the year because a theme essentially sets the direction for what we should focus to advance the APEC's long-term vision, the Putrajaya Vision 2040. And next, we had to identify this year's key deliverables. They represent what the host economy considers to be the most important issues in that particular year. After extensive research and discussion, we concluded that AI development and demographic changes are the two economic forces most profoundly affecting today's Asia-Pacific economy. So we set the goal of building consensus in these two areas. In many ways, the whole year was about steadily advancing these goals week by week, month by month, so that these goals could be delivered at the leaders' meeting.
Wow. Definitely thanks to your countless efforts and your deep thinking on these issues, the event was successfully completed. So you must feel a great sense of accomplishment now it's behind you, I'm sure. This year's two key deliverables, as you mentioned, were AI cooperation and also the response to demographic changes. And I heard these agendas were really well received by the member economies as well. They thought they were very timely and relevant. And I wonder if you could share some more thinking behind these two and how they were prepared.
Let me explain them in a bit more detail. In AI field, the APEC leaders reached consensus on a document called APEC AI Initiative. It is the APEC's first formal joint vision on AI. AI is affecting our economy and people's daily lives in an unprecedented way. AI provides enormous economic opportunities and also challenges. So we wanted to develop a common vision to better prepare our economies for this AI-driven future. The APEC AI initiative outlines the ABC goals. A. Advancing successful AI transformation. B. Building AI capacities at all levels. C. Cultivating an investment ecosystem for resilient AI infrastructure. Next, the APEC Collaborative Framework on Demographic Changes is APEC's first comprehensive initiative on this issue. It encourages members to see population issues not only as challenges, but also potential economic opportunities. The framework proposes concrete policy directions, such as helping future generations adapt to job and industrial shifts, promoting their economic empowerment and participation, and strengthening health and care systems and harnessing new technologies. Finding common ground was not easy because all 21 economies view these issues differently. But at least everyone agreed they were so timely and relevant issues for today's Asia-Pacific region. So we ultimately were able to reach consensus.
And it was really meaningful that it didn't just end with mere declarations, right? It helped lead to a practical framework for cooperation as well. And then we can't leave out one very important topic, the Gyeongju Declaration, right? So could you walk us through the key points of that declaration adopted by the 21 member economies?
Yes. The Gyeongju Declaration is the central outcome document that captures the APEC's key discussions for the entire year. It's a long document with 25 paragraphs, but let me just highlight 2 points. First, members once again committed themselves to cooperation in trade. Why is this important? Because the global environment surrounding APEC this year was one of the most challenging in recent memory. And trade was at the heart of it. We kept hearing news of tariffs rising 30%, 100%, sometimes more. Some even predicted that simply agreeing to disagree at this year's APEC would count as progress. But in the end, Korea was able to bring together all member economies and secure a collective commitment to cooperation. I believe this will set a positive tone for APEC economies' work in the years ahead. Second, for the first time in an APEC Leaders Declaration, we highlighted the importance of the culture and creative industries. I think it was very meaningful to emphasize the need for cooperation in this thriving sector during Korea's host year, given the global expansion of K-culture nowadays.
Reaching an agreement, though, between 21 member economies is no easy feat. I'm really curious as to how those negotiations proceeded. Do you have any memorable stories that you can share with us?
It was definitely not an easy process. The final day of negotiations was quite dramatic and, for me, unforgettable. Coming just hours before the conclusion of a leaders' meeting. Even after resolving all the difficult major trade issues overnight, unexpected disagreements suddenly emerged, and it put the entire Gyeongju Declaration at risk.
Oh dear.
And it was around 6 in the morning. The sun was rising, and my president was getting up. I needed something to report to him. And, in the room, everyone was exhausted because they had this all-night session negotiating. As some chair, I had to have a direct and last-minute negotiation with the senior officials to resolve the misunderstandings and the differences. It was very intense, but in the end, we successfully reached agreement. We announced the conclusion of the declaration exactly at 7:23 a.m. and we even have it on video.
Well, just hearing that and working all through the night and declaring it just in time, it makes me realize just how demanding that process was. And I also wonder, on the other hand, if Korea assumes the position of chair again in another 20 years' time, what would you like to see then?
In 20 years, I hope that Korea can play a meaningful role in shaping the next vision for the Asia-Pacific region. The Putraya Vision 2040 will reach its endpoint, and the Asia-Pacific will need a new blueprint for regional cooperation. The Asia-Pacific represents more than 60% of global GDP and 50% global trade today. And I think its importance will only grow over the next 20 years. New technologies like AI and shifting demographic structures will reshape the economic dynamics across the region as well. So what should a new vision of the Asia-Pacific look like? And what kind of regional economic order would best support an open trading nation like Korea? As the APEC explores a new way forward, Korea will have another opportunity to shine. I hope Korea will once again exercise strong leadership and work with the members to help shape the region's prosperous future that benefits everyone.
I hope so too. And I'm sure that APEC 2025 will not just be remembered as an event, but as maybe a turning point for future-oriented progress and cooperation. And hearing your words today, you can really feel how much effort went into this behind the scenes and all that heart and soul into this as well. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts today.
It was my pleasure. And it was very nice to share my story with Korea's subscribers.
We would love to have you back anytime as well.
Thank you.
While the 2 days in Gyeongju have come to an end, the message of this year's APEC will continue to guide the course of cooperation in the Asia-Pacific region. We look forward to Korea remaining at the forefront of efforts toward a sustainable future, and we will support every step of that journey. Thank you for watching.